Hi, this is Rachel coming to you with this week's Sparkle of Shabbat, and I'm actually going to wish you a Shavua Tov, a good week. Seth and I had the privilege and the merit to spend the weekend here in Newport, Rhode Island, and I have one of our American heroes right behind me, Mr. George Washington, thank God, and wanted to share with you a couple of thoughts from our visit. Sometimes the Almighty knows where you need to be and what you need to experience before you even know it. And I would say that this weekend really felt that way to me, and I know actually for Seth as well. We had the opportunity to share Shabbat services at the oldest synagogue in the United States, the Toro Synagogue. We got to tour it, and we also got to come back for Shabbat and pray. And one of my thoughts about that was the unity of our people and how you can feel comfortable praying in any synagogue in the world. When we walked in and we sat down, actually I was up in the women's balcony because it is currently and was then also an Orthodox Sephardic synagogue. They immediately noticed that we were new and immediately gave Seth the honor of helping to wrap and dress the Torah and called him up to the bima to do that. And I was so touched and so appreciative that no matter where you are, you can feel welcome and come into a service and really feel connected to our people. So that was one thing that was particularly special. And to my next point, taking that a step further, the Jewish population has been here in the U.S. since the 1600s. That was the Sephardic Jews, a handful of Jews who came over, and from Argentina, from Argentina, 15 families, enough to make a minion, thank God, and came over in the 1600s, and we learned the history about how the Jewish people were able to flourish, particularly in Newport, Rhode Island, and with the founding of the first congregation here. So I wanted to read to you something that was so touching. I know it has circulated around Facebook, but boy, was it what we needed to hear now. And so I'm going to put my glasses on here, and Seth is handing me. It's the first letter from George Washington, and I wanted to share these thoughts from George Washington in response to a letter written to him by the congregation. May the children of the stock of Abraham who dwell in this land continue to merit and enjoy the goodwill of all the other inhabitants, while everyone shall sit safely under his own vine and fig tree, and there shall be none to make him afraid. Baruch Hashem and Be'ezrat Hashem, please God. How lucky we are to live in this nation, and may it continue. The last paragraph of his letter back to the congregation is so touching. May the Father of all mercies scatter light and not darkness upon our paths. Does that sound familiar as Jews? And make us all in our several vocations useful here, and in his own due time and way everlastingly happy. What a beautiful and patriotic Shabbat and 4th of July weekend we have had here in Newport, Rhode Island, and may these messages stay strong for our people and for all who live in America. Wishing you a good week and a Shavua Tov.